Heavenly Father, you see everyone listening right now who is facing hidden battles, fear, and spiritual attacks. And as they connect to this Psalm 27 prayer on the Divine Cleansing Secret Channel, I declare your divine protection, peace, and victory cover them in Jesus' name. Lord my God, you are my light and my salvation, and by your divine presence I declare that every shadow of fear, every cloud of confusion, and every dark assignment sent against my life is now dissolved by the brightness of your glory, as your light rises over me and floods every area of my destiny with clarity, peace, and divine protection. I proclaim that because the Lord is my salvation, no enemy, no witchcraft, no curse, and no spiritual attack has the power to overpower me, for your saving hand is stretched over my life, pulling me out of danger, lifting me above every trap, and shielding me from every hidden plan of destruction. Let the light of God shine into every dark corner of my life, exposing every hidden enemy, revealing every secret plot, and breaking every chain that was formed in darkness to hold me back, as your divine illumination brings truth, freedom, and victory into my path. By the authority of Psalm 27, I declare that fear has no place in my heart, my mind, or my future, because the Lord himself walks with me, surrounds me, and goes before me, clearing the way and driving out every force that seeks to intimidate, discourage, or weaken me. I decree that the light of the Lord rises over my home, my family, my work, and my destiny, forming a shield of fire that no evil can cross, no curse can penetrate, and no enemy can overcome, as God's protection stands like a mighty wall around me. Every spirit of darkness, confusion, depression, and heaviness assigned against my life is now scattered by the power of God's light. And I declare that joy, peace, and divine confidence now take their place in my heart and in my journey. Let the brilliance of God's glory rest upon me so strongly that every enemy who looks at me is blinded by the favor, the protection, and the power of the Lord that surrounds my life, making every evil plan fail before it can even begin. I declare that wherever I walk, the light of the Lord goes with me, exposing traps, revealing danger, and guiding my steps safely through every season, so that no harm, no accident, and no attack can touch me. By divine authority, I proclaim that every darkness sent to block my progress is now driven away, and every door that was hidden is now revealed by the light of God, allowing me to move forward in victory, purpose, and divine direction. The Lord is my eternal light and my unshakable salvation, and by his power I declare that I am untouchable by evil, protected by heaven, and victorious over every enemy that dares to rise against me. Lord my God, you are the stronghold of my life, and I declare that every storm, every attack, and every spiritual assault sent against me crashes and fails against the mighty fortress of your presence that surrounds me on every side. I proclaim that because you are my refuge, no enemy, no witchcraft, no spoken curse, and no hidden agenda can break through the divine walls of protection you have built around my life, my family, and my destiny. Let the power of God rise like a mighty shield over me, blocking every arrow of the enemy, every word of destruction, and every plan designed to bring me down. By the authority of heaven, I declare that I am hidden in the secret place of the Most High, where no evil can reach me, no danger can touch me, and no darkness can enter. I decree that every enemy who tries to invade my peace, my joy, or my future is now pushed back by the strength of the Lord that fights on my behalf. Let the strong hand of God surround me day and night, guarding my steps, protecting my path, and keeping me safe from every visible and invisible danger. I declare that no fear, no anxiety, and no spirit of intimidation can remain in my life, because the Lord himself is my defense and my protector. Every door that was opened to allow the enemy access into my life is now shut by the authority of God, and every spiritual breach is sealed by his divine power. I proclaim that my home, my family, and everything connected to me is covered by the stronghold of the Lord, making it impossible for evil to enter. The Lord is the fortress of my life, and by his mighty power I stand secure, unshaken, and victorious over every enemy. Lord my God, when the wicked rise against me to devour my peace, my joy, and my destiny, I declare by your power that they stumble, fall, and are completely unable to stand before the authority of your mighty hand that defends me. I decree that every enemy plotting in secret against my life is exposed by your light, and every evil plan formed in darkness is brought into confusion and destruction. Let every tongue that rises against me in accusation be silenced, and let every false word spoken against my name collapse before it reaches its destination. I proclaim that no scheme of the wicked can succeed, because the Lord himself rises to fight for me and overturns every evil intention. By divine authority, I declare that every enemy who seeks to harm me is now scattered, disarmed, and driven far away from my life. Let every spiritual attack sent against me be intercepted by heaven and return powerless, as God's protection surrounds me like a shield of fire. I decree that every trap prepared for my feet is destroyed before I ever step into it, and every hidden danger is revealed by the Spirit of God. Let confusion, division, and failure enter the camp of my enemies, so that they are unable to coordinate or carry out their plans against me. I declare that every curse spoken against me is reversed, broken, and turned into a blessing by the authority of the Lord. By the power of Psalm 27, I walk in victory, safety, and divine favor, untouched by the hands of the wicked. Lord my God, even if an army rises against me, I declare that my heart will not fear, because your mighty presence stands around me like a wall of fire, and no force of darkness can cross the boundaries you have placed around my life. I proclaim that even when spiritual battles surround me, my spirit remains confident and unshaken. For the Lord himself is fighting for me, strengthening me, and holding me steady through every storm. Let every spirit of fear, panic, anxiety, and intimidation be driven out of my heart, my mind, and my soul by the power of your perfect love and divine authority. I declare that no threat, no rumor, no curse, and no evil report shall have power over me, because I trust in the Lord, who never fails and never abandons me. By the authority of heaven, I decree that every weapon formed against me is broken, neutralized, and rendered powerless before it can reach me. I stand boldly in the confidence of God's protection, knowing that no evil can overpower the hand that holds my life. Let divine courage rise within me and silence every voice that tries to make me afraid, weak, or discouraged. I proclaim that even in the middle of warfare, my heart is at peace, because the Lord is my defender and my victory. I declare that every fear sent by the enemy to weaken my faith is now destroyed by the strength of God that fills me. With full confidence in the Lord, I stand fearless, protected, and victorious over every enemy that tries to rise against me. Lord my God, the one thing I desire above all else is to dwell in your presence. And I declare that as I seek you with my whole heart, you surround me with your divine favor, your holy fire, and your unbreakable protection. I proclaim that as I come before you, every distraction, every confusion, and every interference sent by the enemy is removed, allowing me to stand fully in your peace and power. Let your presence cover me like a heavenly cloud, hiding me from every evil eye, every jealous spirit, and every hidden attack against my life. I decree that as I dwell in the house of the Lord, no enemy shall locate me, no curse shall reach me, and no weapon shall prosper against me. By divine authority, I declare that your beauty, your glory, and your peace now fill every part of my life, driving out all heaviness and spiritual pressure. I proclaim that as I remain in your presence, every battle is fought on my behalf, and every enemy is defeated by your mighty hand. Let your holy presence become my hiding place, where no evil can enter and no darkness can remain. I declare that your presence releases healing, restoration, and strength into my soul and into everything connected to me. By the power of Psalm 27, I decree that wherever I go, the presence of the Lord goes with me, making me untouchable by the enemy. I stand in the house of my God, secure, protected, and victorious, because his presence is my greatest defense. Lord my God, I declare that in the time of trouble, you hide me in your secret place, where no enemy can see me, no witchcraft can locate me, and no spiritual attack can reach me, because I am covered by the shadow of your wings and preserved by your divine power. I proclaim that when danger rises around me, you lift me above every storm, every plot, and every hidden agenda of the wicked, placing me in a realm of safety, peace, and supernatural protection that no darkness can penetrate. Let your pavilion surround me like a holy shield, separating me from every curse, every evil eye, and every voice of destruction, as your presence forms an invisible barrier that keeps me safe from all harm. I decree that every enemy searching for me with evil intentions is blinded by your glory, confused by your presence, and unable to find or touch me because I am hidden in you. By the authority of heaven, I declare that even when battles rage, my life remains secure, untouched, and preserved, because you have placed me in your holy dwelling where no enemy can enter. Let the fire of your presence cover me so completely that every dark spirit, every monitoring eye, and every evil force is driven away from my life in defeat and disgrace. I proclaim that in your secret place, you restore my strength, renew my spirit, and empower me to rise above every challenge and every spiritual attack. I declare that no matter how fierce the warfare becomes, I remain hidden in the Lord, protected by divine power and preserved for victory and glory. Let your pavilion become my refuge, my fortress, and my place of peace, where fear cannot live and where every enemy is rendered powerless. By the power of Psalm 27, I stand safely hidden in God, covered by heaven, and victorious over every plan of the enemy. Lord my God, I declare that you lift my head high above every enemy, every oppressor, and every voice that has tried to shame, limit, or disgrace me. And by your power I rise into honor, strength, and divine victory. I proclaim that every spirit sent to humiliate, embarrass, or weaken me is now overpowered by the glory and favor of God that rests upon my life. Let the hand of the Lord raise me above every trap, every false accusation, and every hidden attack, positioning me in a place of safety, dignity, and supernatural elevation. I decree that while my enemies look for my fall, you are lifting me higher, covering me with your favor, and establishing me in victory and peace. By divine authority, I declare that every plan to disgrace me is reversed, and every attempt to bring me down is turned into a testimony of God's power. Let your glory surround me so strongly that every enemy who rises against me is put to shame, confusion, and defeat. I proclaim that you set me on high above every spiritual battle, where fear cannot reach me and where no weapon of darkness can touch me. I declare that my head is lifted, my destiny is protected, and my future is secured by the mighty hand of the Lord. Let every voice of discouragement be silenced as you elevate me into a place of peace, confidence, and divine authority. By the power of Psalm 27, I stand lifted, covered, and victorious, while every enemy is pushed beneath my feet. Lord my God, even in the presence of my enemies, I lift up a sacrifice of praise, declaring that your power is greater than every attack, your glory is stronger than every curse, and your victory stands higher than every battle I face. I proclaim that my praise rises like fire before your throne, breaking every chain, silencing every evil voice, and driving away every spirit that tries to oppose my destiny. Let the sound of my worship shake the camp of my enemies, scatter every dark force, and announce that the Lord reigns over my life with power and authority. I declare that as I praise you, confusion enters the camp of the wicked, and every plan formed against me begins to collapse under the weight of your glory. By divine authority, I proclaim that every song of praise I release opens the heavens over my life and releases divine protection, favor, and breakthrough. Let my voice rise like a trumpet before you, summoning angelic help, supernatural defense, and heavenly intervention into every area of my life. I declare that praise becomes my weapon, my shield, and my victory, as every enemy is defeated by the power of the Lord. Let every chain of bondage be shattered as I lift my voice in worship and declare the greatness of my God. I proclaim that no darkness can survive in the presence of my praise, because the glory of the Lord fills my life. By the power of Psalm 27, I stand victorious, covered, and defended as I praise the Lord with all my heart. Lord my God, I cry out to you with my whole heart, and I declare that my voice reaches your throne, breaks through every barrier, and draws your powerful hand down into my situation to bring deliverance, healing, and divine intervention. I proclaim that every prayer I release is heard by heaven, recorded before your presence, and answered by your mighty power that never fails. Let every wall blocking my breakthrough be torn down as you respond to my cry with mercy, fire, and supernatural favor. I declare that you do not ignore my voice, and you do not turn away from my tears, but you rise to defend me, rescue me, and lift me above every battle. By divine authority, I proclaim that every delayed answer is now released, and every locked door is opened by the hand of the Lord. Let the sound of my prayer move the heavens and shift every circumstance that has been standing against my progress. I declare that my cry brings divine attention to my case, and God himself rises to fight on my behalf. Let every spiritual resistance blocking my prayers be broken, allowing the power of God to flow freely into my life. I proclaim that my prayers produce results, my faith produces victory, and my cry releases divine intervention. By the power of Psalm 27, I receive answers, breakthroughs, and supernatural help from the Lord my God. As you call me to seek your face, I respond with all my heart, and I declare that your divine presence now draws near to me, covering me with your glory, your wisdom, and your supernatural protection in every area of my life. I proclaim that as I seek your face, every veil of confusion, every cloud of doubt, and every spiritual blindness is removed, allowing me to see clearly the path you have prepared for me. Let your holy presence flood my life, guiding my decisions, ordering my steps, and leading me away from danger and into divine safety and favor. I declare that every hidden enemy is revealed as I walk in the light of your presence, and every deceptive path is exposed before it can trap me. By divine authority, I proclaim that as I seek you, every door of blessing, protection, and breakthrough is opened before me by your mighty hand. Let your face shine upon me, driving away every shadow of fear, every spirit of delay, and every force that tries to block my destiny. I declare that your presence becomes my compass, directing my steps and leading me into peace, victory, and divine alignment. Let the glory of God surround me so strongly that no enemy can approach me, no curse can touch me, and no evil can cross into my life. I proclaim that by seeking your face, I receive divine wisdom, supernatural guidance, and heavenly protection in all that I do. By the power of Psalm 27, I walk in the light of God's presence, covered, guided, and victorious in every step I take. Lord my God, I declare that you will never hide your face from me, never turn away from my cry, and never abandon me in the day of trouble, because your mercy, your love, and your covenant stand strong over my life. I proclaim that even when the world turns away, your presence remains with me, surrounding me with peace, strength, and divine assurance that I am never alone. Let every spirit of rejection, abandonment, and loneliness be driven out of my heart by the power of your faithful and unchanging love. I declare that you are my helper, my defender, and my constant support, lifting me up when I am weak and carrying me through every storm. By divine authority, I proclaim that no trial, No hardship and no spiritual battle can separate me from the presence and protection of my God. Let your presence fill every empty place in my life, restoring my joy, renewing my strength, and rebuilding every broken area of my soul. I declare that even in the darkest moments, your light shines upon me, guiding me, comforting me, and protecting me from harm. Let every lie of the enemy that says I am forgotten be destroyed by the truth of your unfailing love and divine faithfulness. I proclaim that I am held securely in the hands of God, where no enemy can snatch me away and no danger can overcome me. By the power of Psalm 27, I walk in confidence, peace, and victory, knowing that the Lord is always with me. Lord my God, I declare that you teach me your way and lead me on a straight and protected path, so that no enemy, no deception, and no hidden trap can cause me to stumble or fall away from the destiny you have prepared for me. I proclaim that as you guide my steps, every crooked road is made straight, every confusing situation is clarified, and every dangerous path is shut by your mighty hand. Let your divine wisdom rise within me, giving me understanding, discernment, and clarity so that I can recognize every false voice and every deceptive spirit that seeks to mislead me. I declare that no false witness, no evil accusation, and no lying tongue shall succeed against me, because the Lord himself stands as my defender and my judge. By divine authority, I proclaim that every mouth that speaks lies against my life is silenced, and every word of destruction spoken against me is canceled by the power of God. Let every spirit of jealousy, slander, and evil reporting be scattered and rendered powerless before it can harm my name or my destiny. I declare the truth, justice, and divine favor rise on my behalf, overturning every false accusation and every wicked scheme formed against me. Let the hand of the Lord protect my reputation, my future, and my purpose from every evil attempt to destroy or delay me. I proclaim that no violent or lying spirit can prevail against me, because I am covered by the righteousness and protection of God. By the power of Psalm 27, I walk in divine guidance, heavenly protection, and complete victory over every false voice and every evil plan. Lord my God, I declare with full confidence that I will see your goodness in my life, even in the land of the living, as you turn every battle into victory and every delay into divine manifestation. I proclaim that no hardship, no enemy, and no season of darkness can stop the goodness of God from finding me and overtaking my destiny. Let every spirit of despair, hopelessness, and discouragement be driven out of my heart as your goodness rises over my life like the morning sun. I declare that what was meant to destroy me is now being used by God to display his glory, his mercy, and his power in my life. By divine authority, I proclaim that every door of blessing that was blocked is now opening, allowing the goodness of God to flow freely into my future. Let your goodness heal my wounds, restore my joy, and rebuild every broken area of my soul. I declare that my life will testify of the faithfulness and kindness of the Lord in every season. Let every shadow of sorrow and loss be replaced with divine joy, peace, and fulfillment. I proclaim that God's goodness is chasing me, surrounding me, and manifesting in every area of my life. By the power of Psalm 27, rise in faith, joy, and expectation, knowing that the goodness of the Lord is my portion forever. Lord my God, as I wait upon you, I declare that you are strengthening my heart, renewing my spirit, and lifting me above every weakness, every delay, and every spiritual burden that has tried to wear me down. I proclaim that in my waiting, you are working behind the scenes, rearranging circumstances, moving people, and preparing divine breakthroughs that no enemy can stop. Let every spirit of impatience, frustration, and discouragement be removed from my heart as I trust fully in your perfect timing and divine plan. I declare that as I wait on the Lord, my faith is rising, my confidence is increasing, and my destiny is being aligned with heaven's purpose. By divine authority, I proclaim that every delayed promise is now being activated, and every unanswered prayer is moving toward divine fulfillment. Let your strength flow into my spirit, giving me endurance, courage, and supernatural power to remain standing through every test. I declare that no season of waiting will weaken me, but instead it will prepare me for greater glory, greater favor, and greater victory. Let divine peace guard my heart and mind as I remain anchored in the promises of God. I proclaim that even while I wait, God is fighting my battles and silencing every enemy that rises against me. By the power of Psalm 27, I wait with hope, strength, and full confidence that the Lord will never fail me. Lord my God, I declare that you are filling my heart with supernatural strength and divine courage, empowering me to stand firm, unshaken, and victorious, no matter what opposition rises against me. I proclaim that every spirit of fear, weakness, and discouragement is being driven out of my life by the mighty power of God that now strengthens my soul. Let the fire of your courage rise within me, pushing me forward through every challenge, every delay, and every battle that once tried to hold me back. I declare that I am not defeated, I am not broken, and I am not overcome, because the Lord himself stands with me as my strength and my shield. By divine authority, I proclaim that every obstacle before me is now being removed, and every closed door is opening by the power of God. Let divine boldness fill my heart, giving me the power to move forward with confidence, faith, and unstoppable determination. I declare that no enemy can intimidate me, no curse can weaken me, and no darkness can overcome the light of God within me. Let the strength of the Lord lift me above every limitation, every setback, and every past failure, placing me firmly in victory and divine purpose. I proclaim that my future is secure, my destiny is protected, and my life is established in the mighty hands of God. By the power of Psalm 27, I stand strong, courageous, and triumphant, covered by divine protection and crowned with everlasting victory. Heavenly Father, as everyone prays through this Psalm 27 on the Divine Cleansing Secret Channel, I declare every curse, every enemy plan, and every spiritual attack is now broken, and your divine protection, peace, and victory cover every listener, releasing healing, favor, and breakthrough in Jesus' name.